Mickey 17 is directed by Bong Joon-ho and stars Robert Pattinson, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Stephen Yeun, and Naomi Ackles. There is no excuse for this movie to be bad. As mankind attempts to colonize an alien planet, Mickey Barnes is recruited as an expendable, someone whose job is to die and get cloned again to help further the human race's ambitions. This was hands down one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Like most Americans, I was introduced to Bong Joon-ho through Parasite, and after seeing that film and loving it, I wanted to watch so much more of this guy's filmography. And after doing so, I found that he had such a unique eye and such a dark sense of humor that I absolutely loved. From Snowpiercer to The Host, honestly, this man can do little to absolutely no wrong in terms of his directing style. And thankfully with Mickey 17, I can not only say that it's good, but there is a lot to love in this film. First and foremost, the visuals. They are absolutely fantastic. So much of this film has a very Snowpiercer type of aesthetic. A lot of the backgrounds and sets are very cold and mechanical, which allows you to take in just how much humanity there is to each character. And along with the beautiful looking visuals, the effects in this film are outstanding. There is not a single shot in this movie that looked fake to me. Even the alien creatures in the film looked realistic. They looked like something you would see crawling at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. And along with some classic Bong Joon-ho visuals, you also have some classic Bong Joon-ho style dark comedy. First of all, you have the narration in this film, which honestly reminded me a lot of Martin Scorsese's style of narration. There is just so much charm to Mickey as he's explaining everything through the narration in this film, and it really does allow for not only a lot of great comedic moments, but also a lot of insight into the character. And speaking of the characterization, let's talk about the characters and the performances, which are fantastic. In terms of the cloning storyline in this film, they actually introduced an interesting concept that I never really thought of before, and that is, with each iteration of Mickey, something new about his personality comes more to the surface, and then with other iterations, it goes more towards the background. Like with Mickey 17, he's a bit more timid and a bit more scared, but Mickey 18 is almost psychopathic. It's such an interesting concept that allows you to see so many different sides of the same character, quite literally. And in terms of the class commentary in this movie, which is a big staple of a lot of Bong Joon-ho films, that is where I feel like this movie's kind of mixed. Because on the one hand, the class commentary in this movie is absolutely hilarious and every actor is loving their role. Whether it's Mark Ruffalo as this idiotic politician or Toni Collette as his wife that is constantly whispering in his ear and is the clear mastermind, all of the comedic performances in terms of the commentary is pitch perfect. It's just that sometimes it's a bit too on the nose. I mean, Mark Ruffalo's politician character has an entire fan base of people with red hats and red shirts. Oh gee, I wonder who that's supposed to be. Especially along with the fact that the company, or the church, is constantly speaking in his ear and has almost a swastika-style symbol. Wow! It was honestly so on the nose that I couldn't believe it myself. In fact, if I'm being completely honest, that's really the film's biggest problem and the biggest drawback for me personally in terms of going from loving it to just liking it. This is easily Bong Joon-ho's most commercial film. A lot of the subtleties that made films like Parasite so interesting to watch and to analyze are almost sidelined here in terms of obvious in-your-face commentary. And honestly, even though there's a lot of intelligence to the film, just the fact that so much is so in-your-face made it feel dumbed down for more general audience members. And I'm sure for a lot of longtime Bong Joon-ho fans, that's not really what they're going to want to see. They would want to see the commentary on classism and the dark comedy, but they might also want it to be a bit more intellectually stimulating, and this is just so dumbed down obvious in terms of its commentary. That being said, again, I still really liked this movie. It's incredibly funny, the visuals are gorgeous, the acting is fantastic. It's funny, it's quirky, but at the same time, it's probably one of Bong Joon-ho's worst films. I'm gonna give Mickey 17 a B. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. And don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.